What's going on, people? See, we got a surprise show today. You know, special guest. We got brother Donnell. You know, Mr.
Mr.
Distinguished,
Talk about it,
Mr. Mr. Entrepreneur, Mr. Franchise Subway Chains, Mr. Inspirational individual in our communities in Albany. You know, Mr. Central Avenue. He also part of the Central Avenue regime with the brothers that's up there with the business district up there with the black entrepreneurs. You know, yeah. So we just wanna say appreciate you for coming to the show.
Yeah,
I mean,
nah.
we're trying to get you through here for a while.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me, King.
Yes, sir.
Definitely,
Yes, sir.
it's an honor to be here on this platform. I always love what you was doing, from the All Street Global Street Team to the
Likewise.
photography to the merch, and then to now to this lovely platform.
Likewise,
so, you know
I
what I mean?
appreciate
Growth and development is a must,
Appreciate that.
and I'm just
brother.
happy to be a part of it.
Appreciate that. Yeah, so this podcast is pretty much called Solutions because end of the day, we hear complaints all day. We got systematic racism. We got violence with the youth. We have lack of opportunities, lack of unity. All the stuff that we talk to. We got this platform right here, us as a community, to do community solutions because we're dealing with a lot of these situations in all of our communities across the globe. It's not just national. It's not just city based. It's a global epidemic that we're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to know, the things that you took, certain steps in your life that had you thinking different and had you come up with different solutions. So we could probably start with we could pretty much start with the barbershop, distinguished barbershop, right?
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, but pretty much in order to first and foremost, I want to say that in order to know what a win feel like, you gotta take losses. You know what I mean? Some people don't know what a loss feel like. You know what I mean? They want to come out. They want to come out the gate,
Right.
and everything is going to be win, win, win,
Right,
success,
absolutely.
success. You know what I mean? So you gotta definitely know what a loss feel like in order to really appreciate a real official W.
Absolutely.
Sacrifice. A lot of sacrifices. You know what I mean? And when I first got into the barbering game, my mindset was that I could just run up in here, buy a couple of chairs, get a couple of clippers, cut the lights on, and that be that.
Right.
There's a lot of fundamentals, and those same just turn the lights on and get the business going type of mindset is what hurts minority barbershops. You know what I mean? So moving forward,
Because I see a lot of shops open up and close up quick. Don't have as much traffic and as much longevity. How long you been open with Distinguished Barbershop?
well, for me personally, due to the graces of the Most High, I've been open for 7 years.
Wow. That's a
This
blessing.
April, even with the pandemic, this made 7 years. Just last Monday, the 16th, actually we just reopened.
Congratulations.
You know what I mean? So I'm still in the process of doing a reintroduction to Distinguished Cuts right now. But like I said, it's been it's been a grind, and it's been nonstop issues, especially with the COVID going on, and just striving to find ways to restructure how the businesses will better succeed. God forbid if this should happen again. You know what I mean? So one of the things that I looked at was how the financial structure is set up in the barbershops. And how some of these corporate barbershops where they don't have these issues where they got to worry about unemployment or they're not getting funded because they have a better financial structure, which is something we can probably get into a little bit later on in the segment.
Absolutely. So what led you to doing barbering? Like, you just woke up in the morning like I want to be a barber. I want to cut hair. I want to.
It's crazy because the whole barbering aspect came from just understanding the aspect of what a barbershop actually means to a community. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in Brooklyn, I was taught that, or I saw for myself firsthand that these barbershops were steeples in the community. Whether you was a gangster, priest, or whatever walk of life you came from, you know what I'm saying? It was a major place for brothers to network. No matter what your ethnicity was, what your religious beliefs was, you could go in there and just receive some type of knowledge. You know what I mean? So me going into that, because
You from
I wasn't,
Brownsville, actually,
yeah, born and raised.
Yeah. Okay, 'cause we got a couple of mutual friends that told me about
and your pops is a real serious, name running around the Ville too.
And it's funny because sometimes when you're doing good, people that's from the neighborhood. You know, Brooklyn was violent. When we growing up in Brooklyn, you know, went to West Side. It was pretty much a lot of gunplay, a lot of activities going out there. You know, and a couple guys we grew up with said, you know, y'all need to link up. Y'all doing similar things. You're doing similar, you know, link up with.
And that's the whole thing for me, man. Like it's easy to be violent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's easy to be destructible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I do my best now to find better ways to communicate with people.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be surprised how well we be able to do that verbally.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Some people don't really understand the art of communication.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Which
Mm-hmm.
hinders us a lot from. I can't say I don't trust you if I don't deal with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? But just off of my experiences or whoever else I dealt with prior to coming into contact with you, I have these trust issues.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if we can't find time to come face to face with these issues, then we ain't gonna be able to overcome it. You know what I mean? So that's gonna minimize or prevent us from taking the next step.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I always put myself in that position. You know what I mean? I'm always a sacrificial lamb. You know what I mean? If you had a best friend in the world that you wanted to ride out with you, I feel like I would be that person. You know what I mean? If you had a brother that you wanted to be, if you already had brothers that didn't have brothers, I'm the brother that you want to have. You know what I'm saying? I've been told that I felt that some relationships. You know what I'm saying? However, in that position, I also would feel like I'm a man that you would want to be with. So in that amongst my circumference, nobody's taking the initiative to step forward and say, I'm gonna do this. So I came up with this terminology. It's called alpha-merism. You know what I'm saying? Alpha-merism is where you got a whole bunch of alpha males in one circumference, but these alpha males have, some of them are very insecure around other alpha males. You know what I mean?
So defenses is always up.
Always up. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's just a fear tactic. They don't want to lose their spot.
Right.
You know what I mean? So most alpha males or most people who are the head of that tribe, they don't really want to be at the head of that tribe.
Right.
It wasn't a I wasn't gifted this position. I didn't ask for this position. You know what I'm saying?
You felt there was a need for it.
What Pac said, he said I was made in this world. He said I was made in this world. I didn't take it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's the same thing. So certain positions we find ourselves in, we don't ask to be in them.
Right.
We just have to make the best of it.
Gotta fill in, right?
You know what I mean?
So what's your solutions to making your mind frame the way it is? You know what I'm saying? Like just knowing that these barriers are put in front of you, or these alpha males are around you, or these egos is flying, and for you to break that communication, or for you to open up that communication, what kind of solutions do you pretty much use for that?
I would always advise brothers to read. You know what I'm saying? You know, of course, you know, it's the terminology. You know, you want to hide something from it, you put it in the book. And just that terminology alone, that catchphrase, made me want to gravitate to books more. What is it? Because a lot of times, no matter how professional I can be, I'm very much can be a nigga.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Not too far.
And that was the ideology that was actually keeping me down. So I said, you know what? When I go in this room, I need to be able to talk to this person. When I go in this room, I need to be able to talk to this person. If I'm in a room with a couple of millionaires, I need to be able to talk like a millionaire.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm in a room with these dapper dons, I need to be able to look like a dapper don. You know what I'm saying? So again, catchphrases. They tell you, if you're the ninth person hanging around 10 broke people, you're going to be the 10th one.
That's a fact.
I refuse to be that.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So if anything, I'm going to be that one person that's going to show these other 9 people how we going to get this money. You know what I mean? So financial structure is very important.
So you had any mentors or something that...
Yeah, like I said, many mentors. George Jackson, for lack of a better term, due to his current situation, Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying? He was a parental mentor on TV. He had a book called Fatherhood. You know what I'm saying? Which was the messages that resonated in that book, I still hold value to this day. You know what I mean? George, you know what I'm saying? You got a book like George Jackson, Blood of My Eye. Many books, you know what I'm saying? Many books. And like I said again, not being intimidated to deal with brothers like yourself, or just being receptive. Sometimes you just got to be able to sit there and just have a conversation and don't say anything. You know what I mean? Let somebody say their piece and just be a sponge.
Right.
And you soak it all up.
I put a post up the other day. I say, we got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen more than we speak. You know what I'm saying?
Listen more, talk less.
Sometimes we usually talk over our understanding. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you talk more than you're supposed to be listening to something. You may miss something because you're talking over it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm a strong advocate with that too. And another thing, So you pretty much been in the systems and stuff like you've been in the correctional system.
Yeah, right now I got over 12 years in the prison system.
Okay, so even speaking to the brothers out, I got years in it too. But speaking for brothers out, I didn't let that stigmatism stop me from being
And
successful.
you shouldn't.
You know what I'm saying?
One thing dudes fail to realize is that when you locked up, you're probably getting about 10 cents an hour, 10 cents a day.
Mm-hmm.
If you a violent offender, you got a victim on your case, then you're gonna pay a victim's fee.
Absolutely.
You're gonna pay a DNA fee. You're gonna restitution, all these things or whatever the case may be. So you really not making no money unless you really shaking and moving. And if you ain't shaking and moving, somebody's shaking and moving you type deal. But for the most part, if you could find yourself grinding for $7 a week, what's wrong with coming home grinding for $7.25 with the fries? And that was my mindset. I came home, I wore all black for 2 years straight. You know what I mean? I figure if I wore state greens for over XYZ amount of years, state boots, what does it matter how I dress when I come home? You know what I'm saying? I go to work, I go to school. From school, I go to work, go to gym, go to school, go to work, go to gym, go to gym, go to work. You know what I mean? I just kept my regimen. You know what I mean? Again, that sacrifice. You know what I mean? You don't want to be worrying about how I look, how I dress. Because if you're checking for me, you're gonna be worried about more of my mental. You know what I'm saying? More about my health, not more about what I look like or what I can afford to do for you. You know what I mean? So just those sacrifices, I just tuned everybody out. It was just straight tunnel vision. And having goals. You know what I'm saying? Goals is real important. You know what I'm saying? Wearing all black for 2 years straight, I didn't have to buy any clothes. One thing I really had to buy was tops and undergarments. I'm just like I still had an up north mentality. You know what I mean? And again, not being able to have somebody to call. You got a few people that you can depend on, but you don't want to lean on them too much. You know what I mean? So I just got to it. You know what I mean? Started saving up a couple dollars. I'm working one job. I'm working at Subway. I'm going to school at Austin's cutting head. I'm doing sales and security at Rainbow. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm moving around. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just meeting the right people who seem to be motivated by my motivation. You know what I'm saying?
So saying that, the Subway, you just brought up Subway. So saying that when you came home, you was working at a barbershop and working in Subway. Did you ever put your goal like I want to own this one day? Like I want to own this. I want to.
Like I said again, my mindset is different. You know what I'm saying? When I first got out, when I first came outside, when the OGs gave me my first pack, by 2 summers after that, I was pretty much in the weight gain. They was coming to see me for packs. So it was just like, again, that alpha-marism. I'm not gonna sit here and stagnate myself with this one job. If I rent an apartment, if I rent out a building, you know what I mean? Same situation. And once I move into this space, if you decide to sell this property as a tenant, somebody could come in automatically and put me out.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Most landlords don't like new tenants, and new tenants don't like new landlords.
Right.
You know what I mean? So once I come into this agreement, my option is this: if you decide to sell from the time that as I remain a tenant, just give me the option to buy. You know what I mean? Before you do anything else. You know what I mean? So I'm like that with jobs.
So your barbershop, how'd you get the barbershop?
So the barbershop, the same thing.
Same way?
I came home February 22nd, 2011. I started working at Subway about March 9th. So I got my March 29th, because around the same time I got cut. So I'm good with numbers. March 9th, because I got my first check April 4th. And like I said, April 4th was another prominent date that was significant to me too. So it's nothing for me to remember these dates. So I got my first check that time. So at the time, when I came home, I'm living with my aunt at this time, and she's like sacrilegious. You ain't married, you ain't bringing nobody here, so it's like I don't want to go home now. So I'm going for the gym and doing all my hours in the work. So I grind that Subway for like 2 years, and those same 2 years I was actually still on parole. You know what I mean, and working these other odds and jobs. And so prior to me getting on parole, you know what I'm saying, I started putting, like I said again, I love to read, so I started reading about like DBAs, LLCs, and corporations and things like that.
Educating yourself.
You know what I mean? Plus I was already doing that game. I had that same game plan when I was incarcerated, except for when I came home. Initially I wanted to parole to Pennsylvania.
Okay.
You know what I mean? However, my situation didn't work out for me. And I pretty much started fresh in Albany. Okay. You know, I actually started in Troy. I was in Troy for like 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
And then, but all my employment and education opportunities were in Albany, so that's why I relocated to them. And I've been here, and it's been my home ever since. Okay. You know what I mean? So my working at Subway and Rainbow actually helped finance the funds for me to purchase the barbershop.
Okay.
The barbershop was just a little hole in the wall that was inside Hannaford Plaza. You know what I'm saying? As it stands right now, I'll probably be the first minority business owner to have a minority barbershop on that property.
Stuyvesant Plaza.
So it's Hannaford Plaza.
Hannaford
actually.
Plaza,
Yes,
right,
sir.
right.
Um,
Okay.
It was occupied by Fantastic Sam's. You know what I mean? I was grinding out in there for about 2 years, 2.5 years. I wound up getting into a legal dispute with them. You know what I mean? Pretty much you got people who prefer quantity over quality. And then you got quality over quantity. So franchise establishments like that, barber or haircutting establishments only focus on value. So they want to get you in, they want to get you out. You know what I mean? Coming from where I come from, I know a man, as men, no matter how tough you are, we like to be taken care of too.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We like to be pampered. We like to be, we like to be well taken care of.
Right.
And we still want that minute to sit there and just vent. You know, we working all day, running around, taking care of the family, taking care of the kids. So you sit there, because sometimes even as a barber, you're like a bartender.
Right.
Like a therapist, you know what I mean? So that 15 to 30 minutes is actually a peace of mind for that brother that's in your chair. So again, the barbershop actually came from me working odd and jobs and then opening up the barbershop in 2015. So soon as I got out parole, I opened up the barbershop in March of 2013, excuse me.
Okay.
When I was going through a dispute with the Fantastic Sam's. We wound up putting them out of business. You know what I mean? It was a nasty legal battle for about 2 years.
Yeah.
So that's actually how I wound up on Lower Central Avenue, between Northlake and Robin, because I wanted to still be in a place where I could still be myself.
Right.
And that was a concern for me, because in this part of Central or this demographic area over here, I can display a certain level of professionalism without feeling like my ego or my pride or my manhood is being tested.
Right. And it's a nice spot too. It's nice, clean.
It's all nice. It was
I went in there. I got the hot facial towel one day, right?
Yeah, we do the manicures, pedicures, body massages, facial massages, hot towel shaves. All the full service haircuts come with a complimentary shampoo service. And like I said, we just reopened up, man. It's beautiful in there right now. You know what I'm saying? It's more distinguished.
Okay.
And more welcoming and more inviting.
Where'd you come with the name at?
Like I said, just grinded. I wanted to separate myself from everybody else.
Okay.
Again, man, Brooklyn till I die. Also knowing the history of, New Yorkers and brothers and people in the capital region. Initially, my shop would have been the 7-1 Greater Taste of Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Okay. But however, even that name alone by itself, it just wouldn't hit right. You know what I'm saying? It would have pissed a lot of people off.
Right.
And that's not the approach that I wanted to take.
Right.
I wanted to exude elegance. I wanted to exude superiority. I wanted to illuminate to the masses as I am. So
that's a good name.
It's pretty much was me in a nutshell. You know what I mean? So
pretty much universal.
Yeah.
Name
So to distinguish myself. And then like I said, I'm a foreign reader. I love reading the dictionary. You know what I mean? So coming through these terminologies, and I say, what distinguishes, it defines everything I just mentioned. Eminence, prominence, illustriousness. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I feel like I am. So just my shop is a piece of me. You know what I mean? And for the last 2 years, I pretty much got lost due to I was so focused on the franchise. You know what I mean? Well.
Okay, so that's dope. So and then another thing you did, you also own the Subway now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's talk about that a little bit, because I know when we go to Subways, we usually think it's like we usually see maybe a different culture behind the Subway, owning the Subway. So being an ex-felon, being from Brooklyn, being coming through the ranks and everything, and owning the Subway. How did you get into that position? Well, I actually called you last week because I had somebody call me. One of my brothers called me like, I want to get. I said, I got somebody. I got one of my brothers. They own a Subway, so it's good to have those type of connections where you could help out somebody else that may be interested in franchise and open up a Subways. So if you want to elaborate on that a little more,
It's pretty much the same thing. Most everything, I want to make sure your finances is right. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to build a franchise from the ground up, it's going to be a $15,000 startup fee.
$15,000.
15,000 starter fee. If
That's
you decide you want to, if you decide you want to buy into a pre-existing subway, the fees could range from anywhere between 7,500 depending on the location. You got either buy straight from a direct seller, or you could try to buy straight from headquarters.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There's many ways that you could negotiate or broker your deal. After you go through the whole preliminary with your finances and things of that nature, they want to make sure that you're able to pass like a tape test, math and reading.
Okay, like a basic
you know what I'm saying?
education.
Yeah, basic education, things like that, and make sure that you're able to afford any maintenance from here on this point out. You know what I mean? It's really not that hard. You know what I'm saying? The main thing is with any business is just finding help.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But the numbers is simple. You know what I'm saying? Starter fee, brand new, 15,000. Transfer for a pre-existing location, 7,500. And then it's all depending if you what you buying. If you buying a subway at a certain location, you just want to figure out what that rent is. You know what I mean? So you figure you got, let's just say a brand new location, 15,000, and then you figure the rent for this location is probably like another 2,000. So we're just gonna say that's 4,000. So that's 19,000 that you want to make sure that you have just in the cut.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just so you can make sure you can take care of the purchase of this transfer fee. We ain't talking about the sale of the location.
Okay.
We just talking about the just to enter into a business with Subway.
Just to have the name, just to get your
You know
name
what I'm saying?
in the door, just to have your. Okay.
And then so you figure this location they charging $2,000 in rent, so you're gonna just get them 4,000. You're gonna first one rent security. You know what I mean? If the worst come to worst, you probably gonna want to get them 6,000, so that way you got an extra month to get out the way.
Get yourself
together.
Right.
So I just say 19,000, 21, 22,000, and then depending on what your food costs. If your food costs, depending on the location, the minimum you probably gonna spend anywhere is another 2,000, 2,200. You're gonna keep it all even numbers.
Okay.
So it's another 2,000.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's what we had 24,000.
4,000. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So 24,000, and of course you figure your utilities. So your utilities, depending on what your national grid bill, 500, 600.
And is the training that you guys go to or something? Like
Yeah.
that?
So the training will come at the training to come after. So even before that training comes, you still want to make sure that you got the finances to take care of these ducks. You know what I mean? Because if you can't line these ducks up, you ain't gonna be able to get to these ducks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna front and that's what happened to me. You know what I mean? I got my bread right. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie. You know who you are. Straight like that. Word to mommy. I set up all my joints. I'm paying because I didn't know what the insurance was gonna be like. You know what I'm saying? You gonna pay the insurance, you pay the national grid, and you get the rental. You go out of town, you go get the hotel, and it's like, damn, I'm stuck. You got how you gonna eat? You know what I'm saying? You still got bills you gotta pay. I still got kids I gotta take care of. You know what I mean? One of the homies held me down. You know what I'm saying? Cashed out me, I'm saying, a couple dollars, and they was able to hold me over. You know what I'm saying? It's a few good brothers who I reached out to. Who, again, trust and communication is a major factor. I had people in my immediate circle who didn't even want to loan me funds.
And that's crazy too, because even me, I be helping brothers out too, and they be like, yo, some people
You know
be
what I'm
like,
saying?
yo,
Like,
people say stuff like this, like, yo, end of the day, I got certain dudes that'll ride out with me, ready to catch a felony, ready to catch a case for me.
Hey, yo.
But when I want to invest in a business,
Yes.
that's crazy. They're not there, so we gotta work better. We gotta work more.
I'm actually glad you said that. You know what I mean? That's what this platform is important for too, because
Absolutely.
that's a whole fact. I get on the phone right now, and I could just be having an emotional disturbance. You know what I'm saying? Vent to somebody, and they be ready to take the whole person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like senseless.
Right.
Senseless. But you tell a motherfucker right now, yo, bro, listen, man, I got this business idea. Give me 10 bands, woo, woo. So I don't got it.
Crickets.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Here's two of this, here's two of these. Here, flip this homie and bring this back, woo, woo.
It's extra.
You know what I mean? So it's like.
And then they go blow that same bag in the strip club or something.
And then if I go knock somebody's head off to go get the bread, they're looking at me like I'm stupid.
Right.
Yo, son, you was wrong. You ain't supposed to do that. I told you I had you.
Yeah, we gotta.
You know what I mean? So again, communication and trust issues. You know what I'm saying? Again, taking that step. You know what I mean? These brothers, we always had a mutual level of respect for each other. You know, we see each other in passing, and I felt confident enough. You know what I mean, to approach these gentlemen, you know what I'm saying, on my journey, and they obliged. You know what I'm saying, and that of course cemented our ties, and that's why I don't mind putting the ladder down to pull the next man up. You know what I mean?
That's what we
Because
need more of
you
in our
never
culture,
you never know
man.
who you're gonna see on the way up. More or less,
Absolutely.
or on the way down. So I keep it 100 either way.
Absolutely. We need more
But
of
yeah,
that in
so
our
just
culture.
again, and that's all by myself. You know what I mean? So sometimes it'd be great just to have if I had a stronger alliance or I had a stronger team. But the regime that I do have around me, as far as my legitimate network, I'm very proud of. You know what I'm saying? I'm very fond of. You know what I mean?
Bless you.
My man doing his marketing and network, music, dropping books, you doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? Check out the juice bar, tone up the breakfast spot, and you know what I mean? All the other brothers on the strip with the barbershop, so it's like there's more to us than meets the eye.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We could do more than just open up barbershop. We could do more than just open up beauty salon, hair salon, nail salons. A lot of the young women now are doing their online businesses, online services. My daughter just saw that she started her online
Oh yeah.
online
What's she doing?
clothing thing too, like just female merch,
Okay. That's nice.
things like that. A lot of merch for the young ladies. She's doing pretty well in that.
That's good. That's good.
Um,
And my son got his book out too. You know. So
I think
that's
I
a young
bought one of his
entrepreneur.
books.
Yeah.
From him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he signed it for me too.
Yeah, 13 years old.
Yeah, that's
So
peace.
they pretty much watching us too. So at the same time, we have to be accountable for.
Yeah,
you know,
my
what
daughter
we're
right now. I
doing,
got my
man.
daughter in the store right now, pretty much holding it down.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you know what I mean?
official right there. Official. But that's pretty much what this platform is. Because at the end of the day, once we get enough interviews, I want to have a meeting with everybody that we interview. Right? We all sit in a room. We all start making some actions to our plans. You know, I spoke with Trent. But Trent, when you got
Trent,
the
my guy,
transportation
word of
services,
mama,
we got a plan on getting-
Trent is a real good brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trent is a vessel too. Trent
Sterling.
Griff.
I think he on it
If
too
you
right
if you
there.
watching Peace, big homie, he definitely a blessing, King.
Yeah. So even with his transportation, so we
Yeah,
plan
Trent
on
is
taking
real.
some of these.
There's a lot of
young
brothers out there, Sean.
Yeah.
I could go a list. I got a list of shout outs. But like again, it's just about networking, man. Like I said, when you bring the brother Villa Dharma here and you pick his brain and see what his briefcase is like, you know what I mean, you get a better idea of what's to come.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So as far as solutions, I think we need to it's a lot of everybody's a big homie nowadays. Big blood, big crip, big whatever. You know what I'm saying? You really the big homie, pull the little homies up on your block.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You need a headquarters to set up, pull up to the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? You could inbox me, call me, anything that you feel need to do. We can have any powwows at my establishment. Local block gangs, uptown gangs, downtown gangs. I don't mind involving myself. You know what I'm saying? I know what it is to be on the other side of that gun. You know what I mean? I also know what it is to be the one to provide for your family. You know what I mean? At a point in my time, I was living to die. Now I'm dying to live. You know what I'm saying? I got kids out here I'm raising, and my guys got kids out here that they raising. So, you know what I'm saying? Pull up. You know what I'm saying? You the big blood, holla at the little blood. Have little blood, holla at the little blood. You know what I'm saying? Have everybody pull up. You the big loc, holla at the little loc. Tell little loc to holla at the little loc. If not, just tell them to holla at me. If the big homies ain't doing their job, come holla at me. I'm at the barbershop 8 days a week. Man, I can't stress this enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got kids out here, my guys, and they got kids, and they kids got friends. We just trying to live and grow and raise our family. So you trying to figure out how to get money. Let me show you how to get money. You know what I mean? Get $5,000 together with 4 or 5 of your friends, and I'll show you how to put a business plan together. You know what I mean? Like what you really want to do. I can show you how to get money all types of ways. I ain't gonna show you how to do right, wrong. However, I'll show you the right way to get right. You know what I'm saying? Get you a LLC, get you an incorporation, get you a DBA. If you got music going on, you sharp, you think your man can spit real good, put $25 up, get him a DBA. You know what I'm saying? Doing business as. You know what I'm saying? $25. After you get that DBA, get you a business account. Put $100 in that business account. Anything that you start off or you spend after that, let that money come out of that account. So now you got something that you can show. You're accountable for what you're spending. So now you really have your own business. You don't got to be a certain age. If you 16 years old, 15 years old, ask your older brother, ask your mother, ask your pops. The same way you go ask the big homie for a pack, same way you go ask the big homie for a pistol, ask the homie, how can I start my own business? Ask the homie, how can I help feed my family? You know what I mean? Ask the homie, how can I go about acquiring these resources and tightening up these networks so I could bond with my friends. Everybody tired of going to funerals, homie.
For real. Yeah, we actually spoke on something too. You know, I like that idea. We can add that to it too. Me and Trent spoke on something about
Trent the homie for real.
What's gonna stop a lot of these young brothers from acting up? he has a transportation service. I said we got to start taking these young brothers out the city. So I take them to other cities, other towns, showing them different things, right? So now they're not just thinking that I'm stuck in this block. I could go somewhere else, meet up with boys.
Nah, see, and that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these dudes are really only tough on that block.
Right. So
You
they
know what I'm
gotta see
saying?
the world.
You know what I'm saying?
Right?
So like
So
even me
that's one
myself,
solution,
like
yeah,
yo,
that's one
homie,
solution.
I work so hard just to be professional every day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's
So
another
it's like
job. That's a full-time job.
it's a full-time
Right,
job, homie,
right,
and it's
right.
like I'm thankful. I see the bigger picture, so I humble myself. You know what I mean? I look at my daughters. Like social media is the new pacifiers. You know what I mean? Little baby crying, oh shut up, or woo woo woo. You want to get them iPhones or tablets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, no, you're not gonna do that. Get them a book or talk to them, or you want to piss them off. Just play some educational music or some audio books and put them in the corner, let them vibe to it.
They don't want that, right,
you know what I'm saying? Because you pissed off. Now I'm about to go and hit this clip. I'm about to go play what I'm playing.
Right.
While I'm venting,
Right.
they taking in that same energy. You know what I mean? So
It
again,
takes a community, man. It takes a village.
see, it's hard though.
Takes
See,
a village.
again, so that's why I took that approach. If somebody get clapped in front of my barbershop, I gotta worry about everybody coming in front of my barbershop with an RP mural. You know what I mean? If I was to say something to a kid who's acting rowdy in front of my establishment and I shook him up a little bit, that's probably what I would do. Go get your father, your uncle, whatever. This is not gonna happen.
Right, not here.
Yo, daddy's gotta put his hands on me, woo woo woo. The pops could come out, yo, he pushing on my kid, woo woo. But he ain't telling him why I did it.
Right.
So first, I'm gonna tell his father why I disciplined his child, and how I saved his life and prevented him from being a stain on my sidewalk. And if you want to take it there after the fact, then we could go there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But diplomacy will overrule it because it should hit home.
Right. We need more
should make
brothers that's
sense.
thinking like that, man.
It should make sense. See, a lot of dudes don't think till after the fact. So another thing I want to say, you know what I mean, because to the women, be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of women are the one they say that they're hurting, but they're also the one putting a lot of brothers in.
That battery in them.
You know what I'm saying? Like brothers die with stupidity,
Right.
but the brothers die faster over women.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the foundation. That's the earth. That's the
So-
foundation right there.
So if we really trying to preserve, we gotta educate. You know what I'm saying? If we really want to educate, we want to educate and teach how to preserve. You know what I mean? So again, I take that initiative. I'd rather stop whatever's going on in front of my establishment than have somebody getting washed up or being a stain in front of my establishment. So I'll take the backlash from whatever parent. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's plenty of parents out there who could attest to that. You know what I mean? Because again, and if I don't say nothing, then I'm just as responsible.
I'd rather you hollering at my children and they're getting locked up and the police beating their brains
But
out.
see, again,
and I
it's
can't see
the
it, I can't
communication.
find
You
them,
gotta know how to communicate to them. You know what I mean? Same thing at Subway. You know, people come in all the time. They walk through an open door and say, "Yo, man, you open?"
Right.
I said, "Yeah, nigga, you want a sandwich?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't misconstrue my unprofessionalism. It's still professional, but however, people don't know how to receive that greeting.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because even though I'm gonna throw it out there, I have enough common sense to be able to pull it back. You know what I mean? Because now I got you where I want you. I know how to deal with you.
Right.
So now I know how to deal with you. Yeah, what's going on, Chin? How you doing today? Good afternoon, good morning, however it be. What can I get for you? Damn, brother. Well, let me get a foot long.
Yeah.
Oh, how you doing? Good afternoon. Can I offer you something to drink?
Right.
Coffee, tea? I'm just here to get a full service haircut. But just so you know, my haircut comes with complimentary service. They like, you walk back out. Damn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to, whatever the reviews say on about your establishment online, you want to compliment. You want to be a reflection of that. You know what I mean? I want to be a reflection of my comrade. You know what I mean? That's why game banging was hard, because you were a reflection of dudes who really not a reflection of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so you gotta kind of wiggle your way out of that and finagle your way out of these situations. And I said it's hard because sometimes you want to act bad. You know what I mean? Sometimes you really want to lash out. You know what I'm saying?
Cool, right.
But
right.
it can be therapy.
Right.
It can be very therapeutic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Depending on what you went to, what you come from. So again,
We used to say a while ago, don't let your emotions supersede your intelligence.
yeah. But if you know how to intelligently place your emotions,
You good.
you know what I mean? 'Cause you got to think about it, right? Growing up, you always have dudes who was raised by their dad. Yo, you niggas are soft because you was raised by your mother. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you feel you raised by your mother, you was raised on a whole lot of emotions.
Different emotional, right.
I was raised by my mother.
Right.
With 3 other boys. You know what I'm saying? So I was taught how to deal and place and understand my emotions. You You know what I'm saying? And then my experiences through the streets and incarceration, or whatever, intelligently taught me how to place those. Because dudes are die with those same emotions.
Absolutely, every day.
Portraying to be that alpha. So, homie, that's not you. If you a dork, homie, be a dork. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this is what you a dancing ass dude in the club, dance, homie, do that. We gonna turn up with you. You know what I'm saying? Just be who you are and embrace that. You know what I'm saying? So, some people, it's be hard for them to accept themselves. So I look at the mirror every day and I just be like, I'm just thankful. Regardless of what I go through, regardless of obstacles or things that I might find myself overcoming or enduring, you know what I'm saying? I'm just thankful because I'm able to pass blessings on to everybody else. I'm able to help somebody else and help somebody else.
Question.
You know what I mean?
You one of the brothers I reach out to when I need, because sometimes when you still got to sharpen still, because sometimes entrepreneurs go through it. Leaders go through it.
Yeah, they don't see the sweat.
They don't see that, right? So sometimes that's why I say I want to bring you to the show, entrepreneurs to the show, and tell you I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate you, coming home, getting yourself together. Now you're a staple in the community. You're a staple in the neighborhood. You're a staple to the culture. You know what I'm saying? So you did a whole 360, so I just want to tell you I salute you for that, right? I'm saying? Sometimes we don't do that. So sometimes we feel like, yo, is this work going unannounced? Is this work going...
Nah, sometimes you feel like that, but so, you know what it is? Like, it's like when you're working out.
Right.
You in the gym, you hitting every day, you want to pull
see it
up
because you look at yourself
you get
every
mad,
day.
brother. Like I'm saying, you chill, so you don't get no bigger. You like, nah, son, I don't see it.
Right. But everybody else
so
see
the
it.
same things is like I don't feel like I don't have enough of me of us moving forward. You know what I mean? Like I have conversations with dudes all the time. Like you get tired of having the conversation. Like yo, son, we should do this. But you turn around, niggas taking trips to Atlanta, niggas going to Houston, you niggas is doing this. I'm saying, damn. I could take a trip too.
Right.
But my obligations and my priorities are different.
You gotta set yourself up.
You know what I'm saying? My obligations and my priorities are different. You know what I mean? So I don't knock those brothers. However, it's hard to engage in certain conversations if you're really not trying to add to the pot. You know what I mean? So there's a few things in the works. You know what I mean? We got a couple of black-owned businesses growing. You know what I'm saying? Some variety stores coming up. Just a lot of tasteful business ideas that need to come to fruition. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I said again. So understanding the circulation of $1. You know what I mean? If somebody comes spend $1 with me at any one of my establishments, I'll probably come buy some All Street Global merch. You might take that $1 from you and you might go buy some food from the breakfast spot. So homie from the breakfast spot gonna take $1 or two and he gonna go buy something to drink from Juices Forever.
Right.
Juices Forever might go across the street or go next door and get something from the clothing store. Or they might go at the block and say, you know what, I'm gonna go get a haircut from celebrities. I might just go next door and get tightened up at Bricks, but I'm gonna go to Distinguish and get the shampoo and the face massage. You know what I mean? So understanding that circulation, if you circulate that $1 a few times, see the problem is they're not watching how the dollar is circulating. You know what I mean? They watching how it's coming to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? So if I bought the sweater from you, you come out with some others, you come out with a Fendi jacket, they like, damn, I'm rocking North Street, but he rocking Fendi. You know what I'm saying? It's like you focusing on the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know how long I've been saving up for that Fendi jacket. You know what I'm saying? Pawn itself. But again, understanding where your dollar goes, where your dollar's going to go and what your dollar's going to do. You know what I mean? So, like, that's why it was hard to deal with the drug game after a while because the dudes who was trying to be the weight man was trying to give you your product based on what they know you would make. So you're trying to mark me up. You know what I'm saying? So you're really not the weight man. Because you're trying to get your block numbers. So it don't add up. You know what I'm saying? So
reverse the game. I'm saying.
So I just hit, so now I say like I said, with my mentality, I better just take the weight and hit the block myself. You know what I mean? And while I'm on the block, I'm trying to show everybody else how to chop it up. Except for now, my work is job applications and pens. You know what I'm saying? Clippers and barber tutorials, or you know what I'm saying? Consultant conversations and things of that nature. Or you interested in the music industry, go talk to my man over here. You interested in photography, go talk to my man over here. Videography, talk to my man over here. You know what I mean? Like, I know I can't do everything. You know what I mean? So you align yourself with people who can do just these things. So if I got a house, you sell cars, somebody moving into the town, I'm going to sell my house. So this person who just moving to town going to want to buy a house. He just moving to town, going to need to get around. That's what I'm going to send him to.
Link him in, right. So, yeah, we plan on definitely doing a lot. I mean, I definitely want to... Because we're going to turn these shows into, we're going to turn them into a day in the life,
Mm.
right? So we walk through what we walk through what you do throughout the daily life, and hopefully it can inspire somebody else that's watching us. So we plan on putting these segments together. You know, we got a lot of things in the work. We trying to take over networks. Or we trying to not even take over. We trying to get our own platform.
All right, so
everybody
before I leave this
and they watering
platform,
our stuff down.
we need to get rid of the word try.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Okay,
we're not even trying no more.
Right.
You know what I
We
mean? Okay,
doing.
it's a beautiful song.
Right, we
First,
striving,
you
we
see,
doing.
we striving. We ain't
Striving,
gonna let
we
nobody
going.
break our stride,
Absolutely.
homie. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So and it starts with our vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? Words are very powerful.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Words make
You know,
people.
when we young, you know, they would tell you, you know, sticks and stones and break my bone, but words will never hurt me. Words will get you killed. Homie.
Right, that's a fact. That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Into
So
existence.
yeah,
Speak
so that's why me and my guy we embrace each other as kings. Peace, Lord. Peace, King. Peace, great. We don't tell each other good morning. We tell each other great risings. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels good to wake up. You know what I mean? I'm 39 right now. I never thought I would make it past 18.
Right.
So
to
wake up, you know what I'm saying, is a blessing.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I'm thankful for that. You know what I'm saying? To see my daughter graduate high school and decide how she want to go about college and start her own business is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? My youngest daughter just won a beauty pageant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thankful, homie. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for so many things. You know what I'm saying? I meet so many great, beautiful people, and I can only be thankful for those that I come into contact with. But the most important thing is empowering each other through words. You know what I'm saying? Not only through actions. You know what I'm saying? Some people actually mean what they say, and we say what we mean. You know what I mean?
I definitely agree with that, bro.
So that's why I peace everybody. Peace, king. Peace, queen. Don't get me wrong. If you ain't moving queen like king like a god, like I ain't gonna dress you as that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, don't get it twisted. Like I'm very professional when professionalism need to be implemented.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, I deal with everybody on an individual basis. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I know how to deal with everybody as a whole.
And then you did some giveaways and everything in the communities you was doing before the pandemic. You was doing like giveaways and
Yeah, you do like
block parties.
Block parties. So so the block party is that's my baby. So the block party is actually it's called Cultivation. Cultivation is actually started as the anniversary of my barbershop.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm really not a fan of attention. So what I like to do is in a event of deflecting, I like to pass the spotlight. You know what I mean? Shine that light on somebody who could better use it, because I know what I'm doing it for. You know what I'm saying? I also run with a pack of wolves, so it's also understanding that people could look at you and misread or misthink certain things, and so they just start salivating. So I don't want dudes to start salivating and run out to a meal that's not there, and then you get bit for no reason. You know what I mean? So it's important that when I go out there and I set up these establishments, that I show and shed light to my brothers. So we started getting all the minority businesses on Central Avenue and putting that together. So it started with I did it with other barbershops first, because they figured just because we're in the same line of work that we can't work together. You know what I mean? So shout out to Lou at Celebrities and the Celebrities team over there, High Rollers. So we did like
I'm gonna need a puppy too, Lou. Need one of them dogs, Lou.
Yeah.
Kennel over there. Yeah, but that's dope though. That's dope. So it's not like a competitive. Everybody eat together pretty much.
Shout out to Eva, man. I love you too, because she's Eva Bass, big queen.
That's a sis.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like she's definitely a prominent asset to the community as well, and helped me with a lot of those events. I wouldn't have been able to gotten them done had it been for what I was doing before was I just take my 2 cars, I just block the street off. You know what I mean? I took an abandoned lot and I pretty much just cleaned it all out. You know what I mean? It's 5 vacant lots. One of them was an abandoned building. It's probably been there for God knows how long.
Okay.
I talked to one of the ward members. Oh man, I apologize. I forgot the brother's name. Big man with the glasses.
Derek.
Nah.
Big man with the glasses.
I think his wife is like a CEO or something like that. He was at like the 6th ward or 5th ward. He just lost that bed, but he had it. I apologize, King, but it's gonna come. No, not Mark. Mark is on the other side. Damn, I apologize. Forgive me if I don't remember your name right now. But the brother was very prominent and helped me getting the building knocked down.
Okay.
And then from there, I cleaned the lot up. I had a couple brothers from the neighborhood help me come clean the lot up, and we planted a community garden.
Right.
Kale, tulips, cherry tomatoes, cucumbers. beats and things like that.
So you reached out to the community and got the community on the
Yeah,
same board.
so
That
this was the
makes
only
sense.
year. This year would have been our 4th annual cultivation event, and we wasn't able to do it this year due to COVID. So we're definitely looking forward to doing it sometime in the near future,
Okay.
as well as a reintroduction to distinguished cuts, the new and improved distinguished cuts now open. And I'm probably gonna do something for Subway as well. I've been doing like a lot of sandwich giveaways, helping out a lot of the essential workers at a lot of the hospitals. Some of the other businesses have been catering to a lot of the companies who've been out here on the forefront. Like I said, just stand on the ground. If you ain't seen Subway in the hood near you, best believe you will. You know what I'm saying? We keep everything fresh. It's definitely the best customer service you want to expect to see in the Capital District, in any of my establishments. Everything distinguished. It's not just a brand. It's a lifestyle. And we want to introduce it to everybody else. It helps everybody else provide and produce and do better business, conductive business. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, definitely. Yeah. So if they want to reach you, let them know where they can reach you at.
You can reach me at everythingdistinguished@gmail.com. You can reach me at dcuts@albany@gmail.com. Instagram, Distinguished Cuts Barbershop. Facebook, Distinguished Cuts Barbershop. For my professional entrepreneurs, Donnell, Watkins on LinkedIn. Yeah, I'm out here for the streets. You already know what it is. Being blazed, baby. We out here. We ain't hiding. We grinding.
So we out here. We connecting communities. We doing what we gotta do. They got Wall Street. We got All Street. Stay in tune. All right.
Yeah.